other countries, but in Canada or in Ontario, it's family day, so it's a day off from work, but not a day off from building. Last couple days definitely have been quiet in terms of not getting much done, and I feel like, there's definitely days where I feel like, man, I was thinking a lot about yesterday. I was like, what if something happened to me, and I didn't finish what I was planning to do. And what if I gave up, and I couldn't. I feel like I'm too far into it where, I've started too many things and, you know, and not followed through with it. And really, I guess this is the cool thing about, what I'm trying to solve for founders is that, yeah, it's easy to give up. It's easy, especially if you're starting it on the side, or you're young and, you have so many options, right? So no matter where you're at, if you haven't, especially if you're building alone, nowadays a lot of people are building alone to start their company because of, AI and vibe coding. It's easy to, you know, die quietly and just sort of like silently quit and be like, oh, okay, no, you know what? I'm just gonna do something different. Especially if you haven't been documenting, you haven't been putting it out there. It's not hard to just say, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna, work on something different, or, you know, um, whatever, work a full-time job and take a salary and whatever. Um, so yeah, there's too much. So I pretty much made it hard, almost impossible for me to not to impossibly for me to quit and not keep going, right? So and that's the whole point. I think the effect that I want to have on founders, where it's like it's harder to quit than it is to keep going, right? Making it hard for founders to quit than it is to keep going, right? And I told somebody yesterday or the other day about like dayNumber and how often do we post. And I said, yeah, so as often as you want, ideally daily. And he's like, what about once a week? I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, you could post once a week, but that's, maybe you're thinking we have to do some grand posts. You can log, something like what I'm doing every day, where it's like, it's just whatever, like whatever happened. So it doesn't have to be some long essay. It could be take 1 minute and just say, hey, did nothing today. If nothing, especially if nothing happened, right? So I think that's the key, is like, keeping it simple like this. That's why I switched to live now, where it's like, okay, I don't even have to edit really. All I have to do is edit the title and put it like a thumbnail, which is, a screenshot of really the live of me walking. And then that's it. I want to make it as simple as possible. So if anybody ever wanted to do a video journal like what I'm doing, yeah, you just go live. It's easy. Everybody, if you have a phone, you're already building, you can go live, and journal what your thoughts are. So um so yeah, and also the other day, I think it was yesterday, I was used Bordy AI, Boardy, Bordy AI. It's like they want to be the super connector for founders and investors, and what they're doing now is connecting even founders with co-founders. People looking for co-founders. So even for myself, I realized, I was watching or listening to one of Paul Graham's letters read by an AI. So it sounds like Paul Graham, pretty good actually. Um, he said one of the mistakes that founders make is that they try to build alone. Especially now with AI, it's easy to just say, okay, I'm going to build alone and build a one person, like Sam Altman saying, or Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg was saying, there's going to be a one person $1 billion company. But I mean, I think still having a co-founder is helpful, even to get through the low times or anything like that. So I asked Bordy to connect me with potential CTO co-founder, so we'll see, because I've been building myself, um, and I think that having a technical co-founder would be, helpful. Just like a lot of these successful startups is where they had like one person really in charge of like sales and marketing, and another person that really focuses on building and building the technical team, right? So in the beginning, yeah, you're doing it all yourself, or maybe you are building with somebody right away, but eventually, you want to bring on somebody that, can focus on one area and one can focus on the other area. So, but yeah, it's it's kind of like a marriage. You're gonna have to, really vet out the people that you you co-found the company with or you partner with, right? So I've been through a couple partnerships already, and it's like, it's very important. It's not like um, it's not easy. You don't just do it because that's the first person that says yes. You want to make sure you vet the person, their background, and everything like that. Um, so yeah, I still haven't gone live doing magic yet. This weekend, just been focusing on um, like I said, I did some stuff with the family. Gonna do some stuff again today. Um, yeah, it's a little bit different, than doing lives instead of doing vlogs, because I get to post different parts of the day. But it's okay. I like doing this format because yeah, it's easy for everyone to do. Um, so yeah, I don't know if I could even see the chat here. Uh, let me see. Let's see, top chat, recent chat, viewing options. How do I see all the chats? Yeah, I can't even see it. But somebody did hop on. That was pretty cool. It's cool to see somebody hop on. Let me see. Yeah, I can't even see the chats showing here, which is interesting. Let me just see if I could do that. Hide all chats, chat, messages, top chat. I don't know. Chat viewing options, cancel. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. All right. Well, kind of show you my view right now. Where we are. There's my dog. So yeah. Alrighty. That's the one thing I like about this live is you can switch views. You can see here, and down that street. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for my dog to go. Anyways, so today, yeah, I'm gonna be spending more time with family, and then daily been keeping up with the school 10 activities a day streak. Basically the activities are like you could like, comment, or post. So if you get 10 activities, you get like a dark green square on your heat map score. So again, it's just signal to other people who see your map. That's really what it is, and I think that's what dayNumber is going to be also eventually, where it's like, oh, this guy showed up 30 days in the last 45 days, right? So wow, this guy's ultra consistent, or this guy showed up 45 days in the last 45 days. So I think people will eventually want that. Even for myself, I kept the streak. I'm a power user, obviously, for my own app, but there's other people that are going to be like, oh, I want to show up every day because I want people to see that I've been showing up, right? So, and showing up is just making a log once a day, right? So I'm going to fix that in the app there too. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on the rest of the day, and we'll talk soon.